Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joanna Holden and I am a fantasy author and author tuber. I'm just sitting here. You can see I've got all this laundry that needs to be done behind me, but I'm currently working on all this because in less than a week now, my husband and my two daughters and I will be traveling via car, so via road trip, all the way from Texas to North Carolina. It is a 3-day trip, is kind of what we've split it up into. And I thought I've been trying to film videos, the videos that I want to do for the month of December before I leave, so that I can either edit them and upload them on my trip, or preferably edit them and upload them and schedule them prior to me ever even leaving. I actually already have one up that's scheduled for like the weekend before Christmas, so I'm doing really well. But I was going to do like an author, a small writing space makeover type video for this coming weekend, which when you guys see this will be this weekend. But I wanted to wait until I got home to do that, because there's some things that I would like to do to spruce up my writing space, and so I wanted to wait until I've actually done those to make a video about it. So instead, I'm going to take you guys along with me as I am preparing all of my materials. Oops, sorry, my camera is about to fall. As I'm preparing all of the materials that I have to take with me to North Carolina. So basically me packing my author writer bag that I will be taking with me to North Carolina. I have here my to do in December list, which, I mean, let's be real, not all this is getting done, but at least I'm thinking about it, right? So I have my list here, and I've got like my shiny notebooks and all this stuff. And I have my computer playing awesome epic fantasy music, and I'm printing things and cutting things and putting together notebooks. My big thing right now is trying to figure out what bag to actually take all this in, because I had a backpack, and it's an incredibly old one, but I had a backpack that I was going to use that has plenty of room for all my binders and my big folders and my computer all in one place, but I don't know where that is. My husband borrowed it and I never got it back. So we have a laptop bag, but I really don't want to use that because we may be traveling with other electronics and DVD cases and things for the kids for on the trip. I decided to just, for now, I'm going to be using this. There we go. I have literally had this Premier Traveler bag since I want to say 14 or 15, possibly even younger. But yeah, it's just like a shoulder bag, satchel bag kind of thing. It's not very big, but it has served me well. It has been my rider bag on so many vacations, on so many trips. It is definitely full of nostalgia. So I'll take that. So let me show you guys what I'm going to be bringing with me on my trip and how I'm packing up all my writerly gear. Note, none of my stuff is pretty. My binders are not pretty. My bag for my pens is not pretty. I don't have any beautiful flowery planners or like pretty covers for my laptop. I work with Ziploc bags and old stuff as much as possible so that I don't have to spend money, because I'm saving every penny to put toward book covers and editing and marketing and all that fun stuff. So this is not going to be like one of those videos where you go through and you drool over the prettiness of everything. This is going to be a very practical video from a broke artist, just showing you how I'm putting all this together and what all I'll be taking with me. So hopefully, in a way, this will still inspire you despite it not being pretty, because a lot of us have to do this. We don't have the money to spend on really nice bags or really nice equipment or really nice materials, so we make do with what we have. And so hopefully that will encourage you in some way, I guess. I hope. I like my snowflakes. Nice snowflakes. I like to bring out my Christmas earrings, and I forgot to bring them out at the very beginning of the month, but now I have them, so. And also joining us today is Miss Kaylin. Can you say hi to the camera?
Okay, Ma.
But yeah, hi. She'll be joining me in my craziness because, you know, when you have kids, you invite them with you so that, you know, at least they're with you while you're doing your craziness. So this is what I've got going on right now. I've got my music, or I had my music going. But yeah, this is all of what I'm taking with me. Let me just show you what I got going on for materials. Okay, so I will obviously have a lot of time on the way there and on the way back, and probably a little bit of time while we're there because my family, you know, it's Christmas time, it'll be busy, so they won't always be there like 100% of the time. So I'm going to bring 4 books that I'm going to go through, one of which I want to just read for pleasure, one of which I'm reading for like research purposes, and then 2 of which I'm bringing along just to kind of refresh myself in some of the plotting and character development material that I'll be using to re-outline and replot. Woo, careful! To replot Little Hood and the other fairy tales. So for pleasure reading, and I can switch hands now because I don't have a child in that one. So for pleasure reading, I am bringing this, Cress. I am so in love with the Lunar Chronicles. I know I'm way behind on the bandwagon. Bye, Mommy. Bye, honey. I think I started reading Cinder in 2015 because I got Scarlet in 2016 and I read halfway through the book in a 3-hour trip to Tennessee and did not touch it again for a year. I don't know why I do this to myself. So it's been a long time in coming for me to actually finish this book. And as you can see, I've got, well, I guess I should turn it this way. I've got about a little less than a quarter to go, I want to say. So yeah, I'm going to bring this with me and see if I can chat on this last section of it and actually finish a book this year. I have a whole video coming on my to be read list, but we'll get into that another time. My second book that I plan on reading, but not for pleasure as much, for research purposes, is the first book in the Marketing for Authors series by Mandy Lynn and Bethany Adizadeh. And that is, I think that's how you say her name, Adizadeh? I think that's how you say it. And that is to grow your author platform. Generating book sales with your website, email marketing, blogging, YouTube, and Pinterest using content marketing. I need this in my life. I have an author platform, but I'm always looking to improve. I'm always looking to learn. So I'm very eager to get into this book, and the other 2 will be waiting for me when I get back. The other books I'm taking with me that I probably won't be like as in-depth reading, since I am replotting Little Hood, I'm kind of taking just like starting over with the actual writing down of stuff. So like plot or working on character arcs and information stuff. I feel like my characters were never, woo, careful. My characters were never fully fleshed out. Oh, you want to brush my hair? Okay, well, let me take it out then. There you go. But my characters were never fully fleshed out. So I'm going to be diving into Deborah Dixon's Goal, Motivation, and Conflict, which was a book that I love this book so much. It was one of those that took everything that I had ever learned about characters and that I knew to do for characters, and it put it into a simple set of steps that basically like just condensed the information and made it easier for me to understand what was going on. So if you've never read this book or ever heard this book, it's pretty expensive. Well, for me, it's pretty expensive. It's like, it was $20. I put it on a Christmas wish list last year so that I didn't have to buy it for myself because I'm cheap that way. But it isn't, I don't think, in print anymore. I was very sad to hear that, but you can go pick up your own copy, like over on Amazon or eBay or something, I'm sure. I'm be looking over that to get to know my characters better. And then I'm also, of course, going to bring, and this has been like the big buzz over YouTube and everywhere else for the past year. It kind of exploded, but Save the Cat writes a novel by Jessica Brody, which is based on the books by Blake Snyder that were done for movies. I think one of them I know for was a movie. I'm not sure what else. But yeah, so I'm bringing along Save the Cat to just kind of like go back through the plot and make sure, like, I did all the plot beats, but I still feel like I'm missing some of the heart of it. And I also never went through picking or figuring out the genre. And then I never went through in the very back. They have, I don't know where it is. Somewhere in the back, they have like a test that you can run your outline through. And yeah, I really want to try that as well. So it also has some good information on characters. So this is just like, again, I won't be in-depth reading this probably, but I really want to go back through this again. And then as far as notebooks go, most of what I'll be doing will be in binders because I think you got a tangle there, kid. Oh, I do have 2 notebooks that I'll be taking. The first of those is my, like, I'm not really sure what to call this. I'm going to do a better notebooking system this year, but this is sort of like my personal goals type notebook. It can be a journal. It can be, you know, whatever. I did my nano stuff in here. And so I'm going to be using that to like take notes and to go through, again, my morning routine, even on vacation. Is there just lots of, oh, you give me a hug? You're funny. My other one is this one. I bought this after finishing Snow Dust in only a month. This past year, I was kind of like a, woohoo, you did it. I probably should have also gotten myself one when it took me 3 months to write Little Hood because I was traumatized at the end. But this is my fairy tale, my YA fairy tale notebook, which I can't really show you any of, but it's like, I like it because of the glitter and the colors, but I also like that it doesn't look like a school notebook, the way that the lines are done. And it's spiral bound so I can tear things out. Little like gift note, if you have writers in your life who are known for tearing books out of notebooks, please get them spiral bound. We love you guys so much when you give us spiral bound because we need it in our lives. And then of course with notebooks and with all of these workbooks and things I'm going to be going through, where would I be without my pens? Yay! So I have my colored pens and of course a black pen so that I can just write regular notes, and then some Sharpies, and I have a whole bunch of different colored Sharpies in case I end up using those. And then I have my one Sharpie that has like a regular fine tip on this end and then a super, almost like a pen sharp tip on this end, in case I want to use my Sharpie for anything. Do you want to go brush somebody else's hair? No? Okay. I also feel like I should point out this is my second cup of hot chocolate today. I made myself a whole pot because I knew I was going to need it. So here's the sugar. I was going to take my very beat up little file folder thing, the Disney Princess one that I've had forever, but I suddenly realized that I had a whole bunch of papers and stuff that I would need inside my actual fairy tale retelling series binder. If I'm going to be working on any of the other fairy tales, I have to have this with me. So I'm going to be taking this monster instead. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the Old Tales Reborn title for the series, but I'm going to bring the binder, and it has all my other stuff. So now I just have to figure out how to fit all of these like character sheets and outlining sheets into here, plus the print off manuscript. So I'm going to do that real fast and then I'll get back to you. I'm also using Sarah Cannon at Harp Readings, her Plot Your Novel workbook, which I have found to be so incredibly helpful. Oh, come on, work with me here. There you go. But so incredibly helpful. So I'm using her character stuff and then her plotting stuff. And then she has like some other stuff that I haven't used. And of course she has her resources in the back, which is wonderful. But I'm going to be printing off some pages of this, especially like the character things. I'm actually stealing some notes from, or not some notes, some page protectors from some of my other notebooks. So one of my things was, oh, that means I can check something off of my list. I can check off that I recycled my page protectors. Okay, well, I got everything finally organized and printed out, and now I'm going to go sit in there with my husband. He's watching football. The girls are to bed at this point. My fairy tale notebook, I'm going to go organize the series binder, my fairy tale series binder with all the Little Hood information. I'm not going to film it because I will be in there with my husband, and I don't think he wants to be on camera right now. But I'll come back in here and I'll show you what exactly I'm bringing for that and what all I have to fill out in that series binder. And then, yeah. Alrighty, well, it is now 10:30. I finished putting together my series binder. You can tell from my face and the tendency to sigh. My notebook is ready, and I'm going to give you a real quick glimpse into what I've got going on in here as kind of a little taste of what's coming with Little Hood, and also to show you a little bit of my current working series binderiness just for Little Hood. Other ones are going to be more detailed, but since Little Hood is a standalone, we got what we got. Okay, so here is the notebook. And this is just like a little mock book front that I made. This is the zero draft. And then here's like all the papers, so just all the outlining and characters and all the stuff. If we open up, here I have my character roster, which I'm going to hide a little bit. And I will show you, this is like kind of the book in brief. And I went ahead and gave it a one-line synopsis that says, a spirited girl sets off to create a better life for herself and her mother, and winds up facing off against one of the greatest, oldest powers of evil in the Western world. I'm not sure I'm going to keep that, but I like it for now. Also over here, I have something that I have started doing for the fairy tales, and I'm really liking, is like an at-a-glance villain, goal, motivation, and conflict chart. So what each of them wants, and what they're trying to do, why they want that and are trying to do that, and then like what's getting in their way. So Governor Ferrante, I can't remember what his name was in the original, but he's a villain. Of course, obviously the wolf character is a villain. And then Monsieur Burke, he was Beck. He's like a henchman, but he's a little bit more than that. So with each character, and you can see my daughter was drawing, with each character, I have my basic like physical description and basic information sheet. I put in a little picture, like printed off a picture of either a model or celebrity look-like or whatever, just to help me get at like a visual. And she doesn't even like fully look like that, but that's the closest. Like that captures her essence. And then the personality type based on a personality test, and then some of the basic information about that personality type. Then my own personal character digging deeper section that goes through like everything I could think of. And then the heart breathings, inner journey, and goal motivation conflict charts. And I think that this was actually derived from that Deborah Dixon book that I talked about earlier. And then I've color-coded Blanche's. She's orange because I can't really do yellow. So I have that for everybody. I have it for her mother and the woodcutter and everybody. I don't want to go too far. I have the heart breathings 3-act structure with the middle act cut in 2, which I actually was already doing. You can see like how my first draft is. That the first thing is that I'm like all the changes I want to make before I've even written it. Yeah. Then the back I have some extra outlining sheets for the remaining fairy tales, and as you can see, quite a bit of papers printed and ready to go for the YA fairy tales. And actually in, oh dear, here, and I can't really show you much, but here I actually have similar character sheet things for my first YA fairy tale that's coming up soon. Guys, that's all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I'm going to enjoy getting to dig into that stash of materials and start plotting and planning on the trip to North Carolina. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and comment below and tell me like what your writer bag looks like when you take it on vacations. Is it stuffed with notebooks like this? Do you keep everything digital and keep it on your laptop or tablet? Do you keep everything in your phone? I know some writers can do that, and I am so confused by why they do. So if you do, please tell me why. I hope you all have an amazing rest of the weekend writing and a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!